Hey, what's cracking, everybody? Today I wanted to bring you over to a project that I did about a year ago where we built a carport for this client. Carports are super important in Texas because a lot of times our garages aren't big enough. If you got two SUVs, you got a truck and an SUV, or a truck and a car, you can't get them both inside the garage. Why is that a problem? Hail. Hail comes through, smacks your vehicles, ends up costing your deductible, and it's a son of a gun if it happens over and over again. So keep in mind, when you're putting together the plan for your carport, you want to be really conscientious about the build lines and the setbacks in your town. You want to go down, talk to a plans examiner or a building official, especially if the carport backs up to a roadway or an alley, because you've got to observe proper setback or the city's gonna come make you tear the entire thing down. So what you wanna do is you wanna get the property survey, go in the survey. On a lot of surveys, you will see the setbacks and the build lines clearly delineated on the survey. You can also, like I said, go down, talk to the building official, just get them on the line, ask them what the setback is, give them the address, they'll pull up what the code requirements are for that exact subdivision, because code requirements change in a city from subdivision to subdivision. Setbacks and build lines will change all over a city. They're not all the same. So you just got to keep that in mind. Make sure that you know that what you're building is good to go, so you don't have to tear the thing down. And then from a structural point of view, you got to build your carport. You got to understand it's a lot like a patio cover. So we've talked about patio covers before. Patio covers and carports, they are wind tunnels. If you get a straight line wind that blows under your carport and it hits your walls here, it's going to hit those walls and go straight up. Which means that as important as it is to build your patio cover or your carport structure to withstand the load that's pushing down of all of your structure above, it also, and this is very important, needs to abide by wind uplift standards. And here in North Texas, we build everything to the ULI 90 wind uplift standards. A 90-mile-an-hour wind is big time. Now we at Autograph build everything to wind uplift of 150, which means you get 150-mile-an-hour wind and this structure will still be standing. That has a lot to do with how we tie this structure in to the load-bearing walls of the house. So we've tied into two load-bearing walls, and that's anchoring this structure down. It's holding it, keeping it secure. But then we've also set two posts here. We got one on this side, we got one on that side. Now those posts are setting on top of piers, and those piers go 48 inches into the ground and they're anchored. And then we've used Simpson strong tie cleats at the bottom of these posts to make sure that they're completely strapped down and secure and that they meet code requirements. I like to surpass code requirements because we get violent weather here. So when you're building your structure, you got to be real cognizant of the fact that the thing's got to be built to last. If you're going to build it on a flip house, you got to make sure that it complies with code standards so that your buyer can't ever come back to you and accuse you of building something, holding you liable for the fact that it wasn't built to observe code requirements. We got a neighbor over here doing some work, which is good. We love construction around here. The other thing we did on this structure to kind of give it a finished off feel for this client was we installed a nice ceiling with a manhole access here, and then we put security lighting in for him, and we wired up an exterior, his exterior surveillance camera, and tied that into his ring for him. Just kind of something that we do custom for folks.